But you weren't in the boardroom when all these decisions were made. There's how you're going to wrap it in plastic, how they're going to make it out of plastic, what is the chemistry of plastic, and the consequences and the considerations. You weren't in the boardroom when all those decisions were made. All of us have been just receiving what corporation, business enterprise has dumped on you, on all of us. And frequently with a lot of propaganda, advertising, why this new product is so good. Gotta have it. Teflon on cooking utensils, cookingware. And then you find out, ooh, toxic stuff, this Teflon. Henry Ford and the Ford Motor Company were making the early automobile, the engine, and they have this, look at the engine itself, the gasoline engine. It's only got, what is it, about a 30-something% efficiency rating? 70% of it is waste and toxins. Nothing, it's just heat. And to get it to run, they had to decide on adding lead. Now, they all knew that lead was poisonous, toxic. But they didn't care about you. They put it in there anyway, because lead was cheap. Profit was more important than you. And that's the examples that you find throughout the whole thing of this toxic economic system that has dumped all this stuff into your air, your water, your soil, fills the ocean with plastics, garbage, in the name of profit. Exxon, that big, oil company monster, Exxon knew climate change was real over 40 years ago. Exxon's own research department did the investigation, did the study, came up with the same things we're hearing now. Rise, CO2, and all that stuff. But look what Exxon did. It didn't turn around and come out to you, the public, and say, oh boy, we're concerned about you. Oh geez, this is looking bad. We gotta change. For you, for the planet. No, the economic system says profit. Even if it's going to poison the whole planet. So Exxon started to lie and deny climate change. And it paid millions and millions of dollars to Rush Limbaugh and right-wing talk radio nuts and Fox News Republicans and everything to deny climate change. And there's the witnesses, the emails, the memos now that confirm all this stuff. And there's a big, big lawsuit underway at the time of this recording that's being brought against the cabal of those oil companies because they all knew this was toxic. But they lied to you for profit, even though it meant destroying the whole planet. Another big corporation, 3M, just had a lawsuit against it for this crap called Forever Chemicals. Forever Chemicals. And guess what? Oh, they are forever, and they're toxic, and they're showing up in your drinking water and in mother's milk, breast milk. And it's all over the place. And a lawsuit was brought against it because 3M knew the stuff was toxic, but went ahead and did it anyway because it was profit was more important than you. There's something like a $10 billion lawsuit settlement, which will only be the beginning, because now you have to clean up all this mess. You have to put in filters, special filters to filter out this toxicity stuff. And then your filters are now loaded with this toxic crap what are you going to put with it? What are you going to do with it? It's the same stupidity as using nuclear power. The most toxic material, radioactive material, stuff that's toxic for 1,000 years. And all it's going to do is boil water to spin the turbines to make electricity. And now there's tons, hundreds of thousands of tons of this toxic, for 1,000 years toxic material sitting around. What are you going to do with it? Profit was more important than you. See, you weren't in the boardroom when all these things were decided, pushed through, advertised and whatnot. They didn't care about you. They were after make a lot of money, make a lot of profit. You got it all over the place. Look at the tobacco companies. They've been sued for years. They knew this stuff was toxic and addictive. So all you cigarette smokers, you're drug addicts, addicted to nicotine. And for years, as you know, tobacco company lied to you and said, no, geez, it's okay. And even up to the time of this recording, just in America, 400,000 Americans a year die from tobacco-related illness. The stuff kills you, makes a profit. So it's still allowed to exist as a product. You would think, 400,000 a year, and we got this tied to 26 different types of cancers. You would think, just as a public, you would say, no, wait a minute. That is a product. It's got to go. But see, money is more important than you and your kids and even the whole planet. Now that's pretty insane. That's pretty insane. That's an insanity. And in America, the economic system, you see it everywhere. Look at the healthcare system. It's not run to benefit you. It's run for profit. The Republicans fight every effort to try and make it a national healthcare system. You all get healthcare because you all pay into it. And you get healthcare. It's simple, straightforward, like that. But instead, oh no. Republicans, who are the agents of this corporate criminality of poison and pollution, and all their little agents in the pharmaceutical industries and all the related stuff, they want the profit. They care about health care for you. So you suffer exorbitant health care costs. Health insurance. You don't need health insurance. You need health care. Health insurance companies are a scam. A corporate middleman. Fraud does not need to exist at all. It just drives up the cost of everything. And interferes with you getting health care. You heard the thing. You have a pre-existing condition, so, your insurance isn't going to cover it. Oh, your insurance says you can only be in the hospital 3 days after the surgery, and then you got to pay for it if you need more care. See? You've heard it. It's everywhere. It's not a system about you. And that's insane. This thing should all be about you. It's your life. It's your kids' life. It's their life. And all of it is dependent on this earth, this planet of ours that gives us everything. So we do survive. And the most grotesque criminality is that entities, individuals or corporations or businesses who are poisoning the planet that we all need for air, water, food. And it spins off into other things that are obviously incoherent, like drugs. The drug market exists. It's a multi-billion-dollar market, and you don't run it. Now that's pretty stupid. That's pretty stupid. The drug market exists. All those, we're talking the intoxicant, illegal drug market right now. All of those drug markets is, by every estimate, is multi-billion-dollar market. And you don't run it. Why? It exists. You should run it with oversight, clear access, age access controls, production standards, distribution, contracts, the whole thing. You should run it. It exists. It isn't going away. Who does run it? Criminal enterprise, street gangs, international crime cartels. That's insane. Every year you're giving away billions and billions of dollars to street gangs and international crime. You got to pull out the rug here and take over the market and say you run it with legal oversight, with regular audits, with standards, age access controls, contract, the whole thing. And the other one that's been around in humanity's history for a long time, prostitution. Why is prostitution illegal? Who thought it needed to be illegal? Once again, who runs it? Because it's illegal. Street gangs, international crime cartels, and what do we get? Sex trafficking, pedophilia, vast systems of sex abuse, injury, violence. You should run the market in a legal oversight system with sanitation, healthcare, age access controls, regular audits, the whole thing. And look what happens when you run the drug market and you legally run the prostitution. There's a big drop in crime, in violence, in destruction throughout society. And it will show that you've grown up. You become more mature, intelligent, to face reality, instead of keeping your head in the mud of dark age ignorance. You face the facts. You run it.